Good morning, friends. It's Audrey from Odds and Ends, and it is time for me to show you my hashtag ABCJLC. And this is hosted by the wonderful Jody Lewis over at Jody Lewis Creations. And each month, her Facebook group gives a bunch of possible prompts. She puts those prompts into a computer generator and she spins a wheel 4 times. The first 3 are mandatory prompts, and the 4th one is a bonus. I do mine on a postcard because I have an over excessive amount of postcards, and I figured this was a good way for me to get into them every 2 weeks because there's 26 weeks in the 26 letters. We do it every 2 weeks to get through the alphabet and in a year. So this week the letter is Q, and the prompts were queen, Q-tip, QWERTY, and quintet. So, with that being said, let me show you my creation. And I did this on a sandy postcard. This is not Egypt. This is in the Southwest, not in Egypt, sands, but sands are sands, and I figured this was as close as I was going to get to Egypt in my postcard collection. So for the queen, I did Nefertiti, and honestly, the first thing that popped into my head was the Four Queens Hotel. I almost went downtown Vegas and picked up a postcard, but this is our bonus is quintet. Not quartet, quintet. I'm like, I don't have a 5 queens. So, although I could have done a 4 queens and then added a queen, there's plenty cross-dressing queens on downtown. I could have gotten a photo. Yeah, that was way too much effort. So, it would have been fun though. Should have been fun. I should have done it now that I think about it. I didn't want to do Queen Elizabeth. I have quite a bit of postcards from Canada, with Canadian Parliament buildings. But I'm like, no. And then I decided, okay, what can we do with Q-tips? And I'm like, kind of at a distance could be representative of tiki torches. And one thing led to another, and I decided, those archaeological digs, they had a lot of tiki torches. They had old reporters when people from Europe went on these digs, and they had typewriters to type up their reports to send back home. So I'm like, okay, I can pull this all together. So the quote on here is, "A beautiful thing is never perfect." Okay, so we have our Queen Nefertiti. We have a quintet of 5 Q-tips representing tiki torches. And we have the QWERTY, the first line of a typewriter, highlighted on my clear vellum typewriter sticker. So I stamped this, and this on postmarked vellum. If you can see stamps. Want it to represent the mail that the typewriter was doing. And my dog keeps going underneath the table. I apologize. I added some different Egyptian washi tape. We've got the sands. We've got the scarabs to match the scarab stamp here. And we got the camels, their mode of transportation in these soft sands. I colored in the jewels on the scarab and Nefertiti with some gel pens. And I added glitter glue and gold Winkostella to the Q-tips to represent fire. And I wanted a warm, not a red, because it's daytime. You see the reds more at night. So I'll go a little bit closer since everything is so muted. But I wanted it muted because everything is muted in the desert. So we can see this was my practice stamp, and it shows up much better on white. So beautiful thing is never perfect. And there's a close-up of Nephrodite. This was the first time I used the stamp, so I had to test it. And there's a scarab, and there's our prompts and the hashtag. Well, thank you very much for watching. I had a lot of fun with this one, and it's almost Wednesday, so new prompts will be coming out, and we will see if I get this done a little bit sooner for this next one. If not, you'll see me doing something else. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. It's Audrey from Odds and Ends.